We start our Scarab beetle project with a nice round sphere. You can make it with 2 hands or rolling it on the table within your palm. To make a pinch pot, we plunge our thumb into our clay. We go pretty deep, but leave some thickness at the bottom. Then we turn and slowly squeeze our pinch pot into having walls about the thickness of a pencil. We want some room to make texture on the outside, but we don't want too much thickness in our clay. Once you think you have it, use your fingers and thumb to feel for even thickness all around your pinch pot bowl. It should feel like a cereal bowl at your house. Nice and even wherever you're pinching. I'm using really dry clay right here, but if your clay is getting dry and getting little cracks, it's time to dab a drip of water on your finger and then use pressing and smoothing to get those cracks cleaned up. Both the rim and the outside of your pinch pot should be very smooth. Taking your time to smooth your art project is very important. Then go in and really check for cracks. I zoomed in and I found that extra crack that I could rub and press to make smooth and strong. And since we're making a scarab beetle, you will give your pinch pot a little squeeze to make it more of an oval. Make sure you look at it from the top and then go back and press and smooth any cracks. Then, while you're looking at your scarab beetle from the top, it's time to give it its segments. One line towards the top will make a segment for its head. You periodically have to brush off any crumbs of your tool or your clay. I'm using kind of a wide tool because I want my segment to be very obvious. And then you'll make another segment a little bit below that to create the thorax. Your bug is a bug all the way down to the table, so make your lines go all the way down to the table, not just on the back. Here I am finishing up my midline for my 2 wings on the abdominal part of my scarab beetle. And again, you're bringing these lines, making them nice and visible and wide all the way down to the table, so that when someone gets down low, they can see that this is a scarab beetle even from the side. Lots of tool rubbing off, lots of crumbs, lots of smoothing and rubbing and pressing on your clay to make it look as pretty and cute and cared for as an artist as you can. A different tool kind of helps me make these sections even more rounded and separate. I decided to use this tool to make the head more separated, and here you can see my scarab from the side. Now it's time to add those head features like 2 large eyes and even a shovel-looking mouthpiece, which you'll see in a moment. We want to see the head portion of your scarab. And now I'm using a wider tool to carve out and make these facial features more obvious. This is your art, and we want you to make it beautiful the way that you want to have it, because it'll keep forever once we're done. So now in the bottom, I'm adding 6 little lines where I'll be able to glue the wires for the legs. By making these 6 little divots, I'll have a place for those wires to sit and stay. And then inside, I'm carving my initials nice and big. The first letter of my first name and the first letter of my last name, K-Y. And here it is. I'm checking it out. I'm smoothing it. I'm brushing off crumbs. And, I decided to go back with a different texture tool to create some wing texture. Be sure you get to use lots of different tools on your project, because our eyes love to see different kinds of texture. Smooth, rough, ribbed. And notice I gave my bug texture all the way down its sides towards the table so someone can look at it from the side and enjoy it. More smoothing, more crumb brushing, making sure you really like the way your scarab beetle looks. The end.